Hey, yo, more bad news for Top Rank Boxing. The July 16th fight between Eleider Alvarez and Joe Smith Jr. is canceled. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash app, and the Patreon family. We working. Head over to Patreon, link in the description. I got some fun stuff coming and doing the group sessions that you guys see. And it's a good time. We have a great boxing discussion. You can join Patreon or hit the join button to become a YouTube channel member with the same perks. And the join button's underneath this video by the subscribe button. Let's get it. More bad news for Top Rank. Eleider Alvarez was supposed to fight Joe Smith Jr. in a 107.75 light heavyweight tournament. And I believe it was an eliminator. But now they're saying Eleider Alvarez has a shoulder injury and he's unable to perform on that particular date. That was slated to be the ESPN main event, and it's unfortunate news. Me personally, I actually really like Joe Smith Jr. a lot. You know, I think he looked great versus Fonfara. Also, he looked great in his last fight with Jesse Hart. You know, some of the judges had kind of a messed up scorecard, but the right man won. And Eleider Alvarez, he's cool too. He did good versus Kovalev. I really didn't like his approach in the Kovalev rematch, but the first Kovalev performance was real good. And I was looking forward to this fight. This is a good fight. It was probably the best fight since Top Rank. Top Rank said, "Oh, boxing is back," and this, that, and the third. And post-pandemic, this was the fight that I was looking forward to the most. And I think both guys deserve, some exposure and a nice paycheck, and I think it would have been a nice treat for the fans. They're saying this fight could get rescheduled, but he has to heal whatever is wrong with his shoulder before any of that happens. I don't know if it will get rescheduled because we've seen it. I mean, look at pre-pandemic. You have fights with Regis Prograis and Maurice Hooker on DAZN, and fights like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. And Hooker Prograis definitely, they said, is not happening next. And Katie Taylor Serrano, they said it's not likely to happen next. Also, fights with Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, they said that's not necessarily likely anymore. So there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that even when Alvarez is healed up, that this fight will get rescheduled and everything will be kosher. So we have to wait and see. But the reason I say more bad news, Top Rank, I think they rushed back into the boxing game, and they wanted to be first and come back first, kind of like the UFC on their same network on ESPN. But it's been one mishap or haphazard after another. They've lost prospects, people like Greer, the dude that lost to Clay Collard. You had most recently Andrew Maloney lost to a Golden Boy fighter, Josh Franco. So you got some upsets. You got a couple fights that didn't happen because somebody missed weight, like Brian Lua had a fight. You've had at least 4 to 6 people who failed because they tested positive, or their camps or somebody in their camp tested positive for the COVID-19. So those fights were canceled. Fights like Jose Pedraza and Les Pierre's manager, had tested positive. Michaela Mayer was supposed to be on that first Shakur Stevenson card. She tested positive, and they had the same trainer, Michaela Mayer and Shakur Stevenson, so he couldn't even train Shakur Stevenson because he had contact with Michaela Mayer, right? What's his name? Vasquez had an opponent who tested positive, so his fight got canceled. It's just been, that's been the story of it. It's just been COVID-19 fails and people getting pulled. Somebody missed weight, just different various things like that. And then now you had, in my opinion, the best ESPN fight that meant something as an eliminator at light heavyweight, because the winner of this could possibly fight like a Better Biev. Imagine Joe Smith Jr. versus Better Biev or Eleider Alvarez. I think this will kind of catapult that. And, now at the very least it's postponed and the fight got canceled. Pedraza's fight got canceled. The Magdaleno fight was a DQ, disqualification. Nobody really wants to see a boxing fight that ends that way. So it's just been Top Rank. You know, they've had a lot of hurdles trying to bring boxing back, and it's really making me wonder, did you do the right thing by coming back so early? Because if you look at DAZN or you look at PBC, they fell back and they said, you know, we're not coming back straight away. I think PBC has one card late July with Thomas Delorme and Jamal James. You know, not their biggest stuff, but Top Rank tried to come back. This is maybe their 4th week or so, and they got to fight tonight. They haven't been promoting, you know, ESPN at least hasn't really been promoting. I haven't seen much hype. Every single Top Rank card is doing about the same amount of views, roughly 300, 350,000, maybe something like that. So with ESPN, which has 90 million subscribers or something crazy like that, are these good ratings? You know, I seen there's an interview with Bob Arum and he was defending the ratings, saying they're cool and stuff like that. But the fact that he has to even speak to them shows me that they're probably not cool. You know, that ESPN would probably desire more, because ESPN also has UFC, which is not boxing, but it's a fellow combat sport. And their ratings, they're not putting on, you know, maybe some of the fights that they would have, but their fights are still doing better numbers. And you even have Dana White at his press conference to, I think his Curtis Blades fight or whatever, and he was taking shots at Bob Arum, saying he was a cornhole and, you know, he was a dickhead, and his numbers are terrible. And he's now at the bottom of the barrel, basically. So I don't think it's, you know, good. These things happen, injuries and stuff. But again, maybe Top Rank shouldn't have rushed back into the sport, because it's just been one thing after another. But sign up for ESPN Plus. They definitely have other content. It does help the channel when you guys click on my link, ESPN Plus. They got docuseries, archive fights, boxing and UFC. They got original programs like Details, a bunch of documentaries they released: Bruce Lee, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Lance Armstrong. If you want to catch up on any of that content, use my link. It does help the channel in a phenomenal way. And you can get it as a solo app, as a standalone, or you can bundle it: ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all 3 apps, one price, $12.99. Let me know what you guys think. Joe Smith Jr. versus Eleider Alvarez. Were you looking forward to this fight? What do you think of Top Rank, you know, steadily coming back and being the first back? Has it been beneficial for their brand? Let me know in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.